Hey guys, I have this new idea where I'm going to go through my news feed. And if you don't know me, I've been pushing since 2013 mobile in the mortgage industry. And just like the debt ceiling, it often gets kicked down the road. Maybe we'll do it next year. I don't get it because mobile past TV and how long people are looking at screens, I can't imagine you can consciously say that 50% of the people you know or your customers are not looking at their screen right now. Um, and so, what I thought maybe I would do is go through my news feed on my LinkedIn, find some articles, and say how mobile relates to them. So, giving that a try, the first one is Women with Vision magazine just came out with a new article with Powerhouse Kelsey, and she gets more mega producers, by the way, than anybody. And if you don't know why, follow her on LinkedIn. But she talks about technology, digital e-closings, COVID-19, and I mean, let's talk about COVID-19 and mobile. You're talking about a situation where people used to get their their documents over to you via Staples. But now you have to sit in a line or put a face mask on, touch a machine, just like work. All the places you used to get it over are just dirty, germ filled ways that you're not going to do. So you actually use your phone and you actually, in a non compliant way, take pictures that go right to your camera roll. I wouldn't say it's non compliant because you didn't tell them to do that, but it's not as safe, right? Um, and then it goes to somebody that, like, the lag, the fact that you have to change pings and JPEGs, because that's how they come over, to a PDF, put all the documents together yourself or your operation team, and you're trying to say you're trying to close in 7, 8 days. And then these processors or LOA, they might not even be in the office. So the old days of printing them, scanning them back in, no, they have to use some sort of hack software that's probably $15.99 a month, $29.99 a month. And you're vetting other software that actually was made for the industry. And so it just convolutes things where the mobile should just go right from the camera right into the LOS. Also, the reason I had Kelsey's um, article, she talks about having an open mind and looking into the DNA, and most importantly, I think she said she's a huge believer in emotional intelligence, encourages learning and using proven techniques to open minds and hearts. Now, this isn't exactly what she meant, but when I saw minds, I couldn't help but think of Anderson Cooper on a 60 Minutes about reverse hacking, about mobile apps, was hooked up to all these wires, and they just sent push notifications and texts, and the euphoria he received every time, and then the anxiety of not being able to check it was registered, and it was huge. So it actually proves scientifically people love push notifications. Yet most companies, right, will not. They won't. They don't want to add that way of communication. They'd rather just keep piling on emails, or I don't want to communicate too much. Why wouldn't you want to use a communication that scientifically boosts them up 30% with like an enjoyment, right? And so I go to Shant. If you don't know Shant, he's the number one originator in the United States. He just came out with his 2021 tips for realtor partners. And we're talking about the biggest purchase market and the biggest purchase season coming up. Make a plan, not always the easiest, but accountability metrics. You have to have accountability metrics. And they really, I'm just going to cut right to it, they should be about communication. Like, go to somebody's social survey, go to somebody's reviews. I mean, you'll always see the word communication. And are you using FaceTime and Zoom? Yeah. And how much, like, does a realtor Zoom on their phone? So while they're on a Zoom, the fact that you can send a push notification for that hour, they're going to see it the whole time. They'll never see an email. So your fulfillment plan. He talks about differentiating too. Wouldn't it be easy to say, like, we are the only company that gets somebody on an app and then closes them faster, better? I don't think I don't think what people realize is we're not all in a mortgage vacuum here. Like, if you told me or you told Joe Realtor that, he immediately has to think that makes sense. Starbucks moves faster if you do the mobile order. McDonald's moves faster if you do the mobile order. Sounds like this company's doing the mobile order, even if you're not the only one. I think somebody that's really cracked the code here is Brian Zitten. If you haven't heard him, he just raised another round, and he is going to change how appraisals are done. And it's his LinkedIn debut. You have to see it. I just realized as I'm doing this, the volume microphone's not built in. So I'm going to encourage you to see what he is doing. But Brian Zitten, his first LinkedIn video, you have to see it. I just want to add real quick, Freedom Bank is getting into PPP. I lost my debit card. I didn't lose it. I did some sort of monthly payment charge that locked it up, so I had to call the bank to just verify it was me. I was on the hold for 58 minutes, and the debit card had nothing to do. This is right during the first round of PPP. Nothing to do with PPP. And I didn't know how long it was going to be. After like 45 minutes, I felt like I was on an island, needed Wilson. And so I would have, you just need an app. Like, just, I'll wait on hold. Tell me where I am. An app would be preferable. I don't understand for banks and credit unions how you don't give your mortgage department an app. If you know your PPP loan is going to take up all the phone lines, because people getting into a home don't want to wait 45 minutes, and they'll put the reviews there. So those are some areas where I think, phones factor in. I think I can go through my newsfeed every day. I will leave with the fact that if anybody wants to jump on and go through a Volley, a Top of Mind, a HomeBot, an Ellie Mae, a Blend, Optimal Blue, Vlad, Global DMS, Joe Darlene, First Close, Brent Chandler, Form Free, Steve Ribbleton, Doc Magic, Nicole Booth, Snap Docs. Wow, I'm going to stop. So if anybody that maybe doesn't work for these companies wants to go through like the two old Muppets with me, that'd be some great content. I'm just trying to bring you what's in my head, because I think everybody needs to get real serious about having a mobile app and getting away from email. Nobody has email anymore under the age of 25. So you really just need to listen to these plans and see what hits you so that you finally get an app. Or if you have an app, 99% of the people, there's better ways to use it. Let's start looking into that. Like, let's not have an app to have an app. Let's have an app to make people happy, because they're on their phone 4 hours and 32 minutes a day. Obviously, it makes them happy. 92% of the time is inside of an app. So they want to be in your app. Let's get them on your app. Thank you. That's for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to leave anything in the comments that maybe you did enjoy it, give me motivation to keep doing it. But I want to get this out so that you can understand my message that there's a world out there for mobile apps. We want you part of it. Thank you.